Welcome. Chimoge here again. Kabrinam no goha. Abu mo goha. Abu mamadioha. Thank you for those of you who are joining me once again here on The Greatest Man Alive. Here on Chimoge's comments. Here's my information. My given name is Chimoge. Another name for me, my foremost nickname, my ahambu. My forename, that's what I prefer to call it, is Moge. Chimoge is a longer version of Moge. A lot of relatives have called me Moge previously in my life. So I've decided to add it to Moge. What to Chimoge, sorry. One, because upon my own research, thought, prayer, etc., I realized everyone needs multiple names. I need to add to my names. But I want to emphasize, I'm not a fan of a lot of the nicknaming I'd seen previously in my life. Side note, I'll just say it like this. If you know I'm tight with you and you have a pet name for me, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people who are not quite in my innermost circle, who would give me a nickname or whatever because they quote unquote could not pronounce Chimoge. Not a fan of that. Anyway, but nonetheless, most people, well, everyone should have multiple names. I decided to add to mine because Moge is one that I'd found acceptable in certain circles. I just said, let me allow the world to use it. So that's one. Secondly, I do wish to have my name changed from Chimoge eventually, just because it's not a good enough name. I though want to emphasize again, it's better than 99% of the other names out here. So if your name is John, Jack, or whatever, just I'm not saying your name is better than mine. It's just not. Anyway, now, so names. Given name Shimoge. Ahambu Moge. Moge means Amadioha. Most specifically, it means knows the time or knowledge time. That's another way of referring to the being known as Amadioha. And any saint, aka Onyeka, that can use the saved name Amadioha can also use the saved name Moge. They mean the same thing. Give me 1 second. Forgive me. I had to mute just because someone was coming. It wasn't bad. Anyway, thank you for all the views. I've registered viewers. Every view is a blessing. Every comment is a blessing as well. I read comments at my discretion. And thank you for the like. Every like is a blessing. Thank you for those emojis. Rocio Pereira. Anyway, let's speed it up here. My government name is Chimoge Chijoke Ibe. My alternate white structure name is Chimoge Chijoke Ibe Nwoku. I was born in what is now called Washington, D.C., the southeast part. And I prefer to call that area Rom. Why? Because apparently it's in a sector called Rom. In the language that forms the base of English, you call it Rome. Yes. Rome means the sector of Oshun. My language, you call it Rom. I got this from prayer. Again, the demarcations we use in the world today are not natural. Anyway, by the way, I'm putting my left hand here. This is my left hand, my non-dominant hand, because I've been finding that at times when I put it to my chest or my midriff, I feel better, I move better, and I also hear my ancestors better. Just a helpful tip. I think a lot of people should do things like that. This is my right hand. This is my dominant hand. You see it as you see it. Anyway, matrilineal village. No, my matrilineage is the village in which I sit, as in I'm a matrilineal person, like 90% of the people on Earth. Anyway, my matrilineal village is the village of Ebe Mohafi in West Africa. The village I want you to use as a reference point for my patrilineage is the village of Ojuarata, also in West Africa. They're near each other. I currently live in Atlanta, Georgia. Now let me give 2 other facts about myself. First, I do not like white walls. I do not like white walls. Side note, I think white walls basically should not exist. I don't see the point of them. Just put some color on. Anyway, I don't like white walls. Second of all, what's another one? Second of all, I like to eat orange powder. I like to eat orange powder. There we go. All right, so what's the title of today's Greatest Man Alive? Let me see if I can remember it exactly. Obviously, I know the topic. All words should be accompanied by something. All words should be accompanied by something. I said something like that. Again, I can't read the title once I put it here again, but you get what I mean. Let me go deeper. There's a habit in the society today of people saying things and not adding context to them. And it manifests even on the technological level. I want to give two examples of that on the technological level. First, the phenomenon of the faceless phone call, as in where you just have someone whispering in your ear. That function really should exist just as a joke on certain devices, and I'll leave it at that. It's not a useful form of communication. If for some reason someone you're talking to long distance can't understand you via text, you should really just do a FaceTime call where they hear your voice and also see your face. If you're in a situation where you cannot show yourself, you should probably just text. And I'm just gonna move because really I don't. Yeah. So anyway, the phenomenon of the faceless, imageless voice, and really there's another thing I've seen a lot where people put just a still image of themselves up on a video call or whatever, and then you hear their voice. That's really useless as well. If you're talking, just show yourself as you are now. And I'll go even further. There's another phenomenon where someone will show their face and their moving image, but behind them there's a still background. Again, that doesn't really make sense. What's going on that you can take a phone call, say things, show yourself moving, but you can't show your background? What are you hiding again? Anyway, voiceless phone call doesn't make sense. Second way this manifests on the technological level, the phenomenon of speakers. And this is what I mean. There are a lot of buildings that feature a speaker where someone can project their voice through it, but the speaker does not also show the image of whoever's speaking. This is just weird and creepy. Let me. one second. Okay, let me kneel right now. Just turn off the volume for a second because people are coming through. Again, when I'm in this space, because this is a more open space, I like it better. Well, I'll just say I like it better, even though, yes, there's a part of me that wishes I could just, not mind what other people are doing around me. But anyway, just when people come through, I cut off the volume, just to make sure. Hi back, me Cardoza 5. Anyway, the point is, I just cut off the volume temporarily. I'll do that when I'm here, if necessary. But point is, your word should be accompanied by something. So the two examples I gave that should be changed are faceless phone calls and faceless speaker announcements. Any technology that allows someone to project their voice should also allow them to show their face. And whenever you project your voice, you should also at least show your face. And I want to emphasize those are all backup functions. Generally speaking, if you have to say something to someone, say it in person. If for some reason you can't say it in person, the next default is to just send your words via text. And I'll just leave it at that. At some point, you just have to be like, well, if for some reason they can't come in person, I'm not going to fully understand what's going on. It is what it is. So that's the main point of today's The Greatest Man Alive. I got more coming up. I want to add one other thing. The phenomenon of music shows a greater depth of what I'm saying. Most music in the world today is audio only, but it does feature art as well. That's okay. It's just then the music has to be a companion to some other action, generally speaking. For example, don't just make a song called Stop Owning Dogs. Make a video about why we should not own dogs and then make the song to go along with it. Yes, I'm going to do that. That is going to be one of my first new releases, announcing it here. That stream of consciousness announcement. But yes, stop owning dogs, please. You won't have to pick up what they leave behind. Anyway, thank you very much. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please also buy my art, buy my merchandise, subscribe on Patreon, and donate. You can donate on PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App. Thank you very much. See you next time. I'm going to go over to Inquiry and do an anger segment. All right.